They might want to just have a police officer come by. It wasn't like it was a bigger gun.
That's part of the newly released 911 calls after today's deadly officer-involved shooting. It happened on Pleasant Valley Road just off Glenwood Avenue.
That's where we find our Colleen Quigley, who's been on the scene all day. Colleen.
Marius and Angela, investigators have wrapped up their work here for the night, but right over this way is where they spent most of the afternoon in trying to piece together exactly what happened out here. We had a chance to speak with Raleigh Police Chief Cassandra Brown tonight. She told us the officer involved is on administrative duty, which is per protocol, but the people who live in this neighborhood were really rattled by the deadly shooting this afternoon.
Boom, 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 boom.
The sound of gunfire.
All of a sudden, I heard like a pow, 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 pow. It was multiple pows.
Startled people who live along Pleasant Valley Drive Thursday afternoon.
I was afraid that I would get a random bullet or something. I was really scared about that.
Bullets don't have no names on them, so I just thought about the kids out here, and because around this time, this is a very high populated area.
Raleigh police say around 3 o'clock, someone at a nearby Big Lots saw a man with a gun acting strangely. They called 911 and an officer responded.
He ran from the officer, and during the pursuit, the individual produced a weapon. The officer discharged his handgun, and the individual was struck multiple times.
Police say the man, later identified as Keith Collins, was rushed to the hospital where he died.
Situations like this are always difficult for all of us. They're difficult for the officer. They're difficult for the families. And as I stand here as chief, you know, it's difficult for me as part of the community.
This neighborhood remained closed off into the evening as police investigated.
You want to know what happened, because if you could hear that sound of the gunshot, you just want to know what happened.
Police say they did find a gun at the scene and that the officer who shot Collins was wearing a body camera. And the chief tonight saying she wants to have that body camera footage released. Meantime, the SBI is the one handling the investigation into the shooting, and that they will present their findings directly to the Wake County District Attorney. Meantime, again, the officer involved in the shooting is on administrative leave, which is protocol. Reporting live in Raleigh, Colleen Quigley, CBS 17 News.
Colleen, thank you. Now, Raleigh police just released the 911 call that officers responded to before the shooting. Here's part of it.
But he had a big gun. It dropped out right onto the concrete, right out on the sidewalk, and then picked it back up and started staring at us. And my friend said, "We're not going into Big Lot." And I said, "Well, I feel like we need to call the police."
Now, you can find all of our coverage on this breaking story on CBS17.com and by using our app. We'll continue to get you new information, including the police body cam video, once that's released.